All right, here it is, Saturday evening, the night before the lockdown takes effect. This restaurant's open, completely empty. The Szechuan Impression, the first restaurant in California to make headlines back in January to do temperature checks, is closed. I think the other night there was one or two people in front of this place. This place is done. You have over here, all their seating is empty. It's the last night before the lockdown, like I said, and things are done. They're dead. I mean, the other night you had a lot of people out. It was Thursday too, mind you. Tonight's Saturday night. And some good news. The supervisor of Orange County, Don Wagner, is trying to fight against the upcoming lockdown that takes effect tomorrow morning. He's doing his best, but I would expect nothing less from our Republican politicians. They actually care about us. They want our businesses to stay open. Here's another business. Remember the other night this place was packed, the bubble where people are getting no air? It's got like 5 people in there. That's pretty bad. So basically, we're going back to lockdown. This is the last night anything's open, and it is bad. It's a Saturday night. It is bad. Couple people in here. It is bad. And I'm just telling you guys that this lockdown is going to kill a lot of businesses. And why are we locking down, you ask? 605 people with corona in the hospital. 605 people with coronavirus in the hospital. I repeat, it's not thousands, it's not tens of thousands. It's barely half a thousand people. This place went out of business. I don't even know what it was. It's done. Massage parlor is still closed. The smoke shop is open for business, but it is empty. Another business that went out of business because of coronavirus. Yes. This is ridiculous. Oh boy, look, Uber's parking in the red zone. Hey, they don't obey the law. You're a taxi driver, TPD will pull right up and give you a ticket. Not Uber. They can do whatever the hell they want. But let's not vent on that. We're not here to whine about that. I'm here to tell you that there's 84,000 cases currently in the county of Orange, a county with millions of people. 2,000 and I believe 500 or maybe 400 people have died since January of coronavirus. And I'm sure everyone remembers how it was in March. All the lockdowns, what they did for the economy, multiple businesses are put out of business. You've seen all the abandoned strip malls. And I hate to be that guy, but I called it. As soon as Gavin Newsom made his little speech a few days ago before I made the video on the 3rd of December, where he said, we might have to lock down some of the state again, I saw it coming. They locked down LA. The next day after my video went up, I think it was yesterday, they locked down San Francisco. And now the order has been given to lock down Orange County. You are seeing the last night of freedom. You're seeing the last night of open businesses. This business is open. Tomorrow, it won't be open. You'll have to order things and go up to a little table and wear your freaking mask, and you won't be able to go into a restaurant. These businesses are all gonna die. Everyone's gonna lose their jobs thanks to Gavin Newsom and the people who voted for Beijing Biden. Hey, this is what you wanted. Biden promised to lock down the economy, and now look at what you reap when you don't vote for Donald Trump. A dead strip mall is coming. I've shown you other dead strip malls in Orange County. This one will be the next victim. We're all fucked. So you better get on Nancy Pelosi's tit, because that's the only way you're going to survive is through some welfare, I'm telling you. And I'm not happy about this, because this is my hometown. And I'm not happy about this. I need to take it down a minute. But yeah, so Don Wagner is doing his best to fight against this. He's trying to explain to anyone that'll listen that this is not as bad as people are making it out to be. 605 people in the hospital with coronavirus. We're a county of multiple million people. I think there's 3 million people in Orange County. How are we running out of hospital space if only 605 people have coronavirus? This isn't a third world country. We should have more space in our hospitals for this. I remember back in March, May, April, all those months of the TikTok nurses doing their little dances because there was nothing to do in the hospital. They laid off plenty of healthcare workers. Look it up. This is not hidden. This is not obscured. If you look hard enough, you will find that they laid off dozens, hundreds even of healthcare workers in certain hospitals because no one was infected. No one was going to the hospitals. We did such a good job, quote unquote, flattening the curve that we didn't need that many employees, that many nurses, that many doctors in our facilities. They got rid of elective care. That's why every time someone dies in a hospital now, there's a COVID toe tag slapped on them. Because if they say that a person died of COVID, coronavirus, they get that money. They get that funding from the HEROES Act, from the bill that was passed last March, or maybe it was May. Maybe it was April, I don't even know. But my point is that they're going back for another round of stimulus money. Nancy's promising that she'll get it through. Why? Because Biden's in office? This is what I've been saying mostly offline, but I've also said it online on servers and forums, that Nancy had no interest of passing a second stimulus when Trump was in charge, when he was in power. She wanted to make it look as bad as possible for him. That's what all the BLM riots were about. That's why all the Democrat mayors and governors let people run wild, Antifa, BLM, burning things down, destroying things. It was all about making Trump look bad. That's why when he had the government, the feds, go into Portland and clean it up, hey, look at that. It wasn't burning for 2 nights or 3 nights in a row. You could actually go to Portland and not worry about getting assaulted or burned or, killed. They couldn't have that, no. They could not have that. Mayor Wheeler, he called the feds off. He, invoked some type of claim where the feds weren't allowed to be in Portland because Trump didn't get permission from the guy. So it went back to how things were. The looting, the burning, the murders, the protest. If you can call it a protest. A peaceful protest is when you march down the street. They were not protesting. And you see some people here, these are probably all workers who will probably not be here come Monday because of the simple fact that you don't need waiters and waitresses to run a business when these lockdowns are in effect. That's why you had record numbers, millions of people applying for unemployment benefits. There was a news report about a study that went out the other day that claimed that over 30 million people's Social Security numbers were accidentally leaked by the EDD. That's the Department of Unemployment. So 30 million people have signed up for unemployment since Corona started. Those are way below the numbers. Those are way above the numbers that the news is telling you. So that should, be a red flag to people out there that almost 75% of the state had at one point signed up for, Corona pandemic relief. Anyway, it's dragging on. The video's getting a bit long, but I just wanted to say, take a look at how things were. Even with the curfew, I think it's 10 o'clock right now. People are still eating. The cops aren't enforcing this. I don't know if they'll enforce a lockdown, but the thing about it is the governor can put businesses out of business. He can go in and say, hey, you're supposed to be shut down. You're supposed to be doing the contactless thing. You're supposed to be delivering. All that does is empower Uber and Amazon and all these companies like Grubhub. Amazon may not deliver food, but what they do deliver, if you really think about it, if the coronavirus is this deadly, why would you want your packages coming through a factory or even the mail if it's so deadly? This stuff can supposedly survive on paper and other materials like plastic. I read somewhere that 60% of people in New York City that got infected with coronavirus never left their house. They had office jobs, so they telecommunicated through the Skype and the FaceCam and the Zoom. They never left their house. They did deliveries. They got their things through Amazon, Uber Eats, Grubhub. So think about it this way. If they never left their house, how'd they get corona? It was delivered to their door. Getting a little flustered here, getting a little angry, getting a little peeved because people are so stupid out there. They don't even listen. They don't even pay attention. They don't even think for themselves. They just hope that Nancy will open her wallet and give us all a stimulus check. Well, I'm sorry. That stimulus check you want is in the back of her Depends with a fat load of shit, because that's what Nancy's full of. I keep telling myself to calm down. Anyway, I'm going to cut it short. I'm getting too worked up. Lockdowns are taking effect. I hate to be that guy, but I called it. I hate being right. I'm not right often, but when I'm right, it sucks. So if you guys have to do some grocery shopping, hey, good news. It's considered essential. But prepare to wait in those stupid lines. Yeah, prepare to wait in those stupid lines. You want to go to a gas station or a fast food place? Hey, you can do that. You want to go to church? I bet you money the churches will be closed. Places of worship? You want to pray to your deity of choice? You want to pray to God and hope, ask for his wisdom to seek his guidance to hopefully get through this coronavirus? Yeah, you're not going to be able to do that. Well, here's Del Taco one more time. I don't know why I always end off here. You guys stay safe, try to survive out there, and take care. I'm signing off for tonight.